887-423-3345. We got the author of Debt You, Logan Abrams here. Logan, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Jude's here?
Shit, chilling. All right, man. Let me just, for people just tuning in, Logan wrote a book talking about how going to college isn't always the best thing for a person, and how a lot of people just end up in debt, not making that much money. How would you describe it?
I think that's a good rude Jude explanation of the book.
All right, that's what's up. All right, man. Let's go to the phone lines. Holler at some people. People want to talk to you. We got Glenn in Arizona. Glenn, you got Logan here.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well, Glenn. Thanks for calling.
Hey, excellent. Hey, I just want to talk about my personal experience. I went to this kind of specialty school for going into aviation, and all I did was rack up about $200,000 worth of debt. And at the end of the day, you know, I got all done with everything and did what I was supposed to do, and there was no job. And
there was no jobs.
No jobs, and the ones that came offering were paying less than $15,000 to start. That doesn't even pay my student loan bills for the first year.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
What do you have a list? That's kind of funny. It's fucked up, Glenn. It's fucked up too. But Logan, do you have a list of some of the jobs where you get paid the least for the amount of work that you put in? Like my little sister, she wants to be a librarian. You have to get a master's to be a librarian, and they don't get paid that much. You know.
Yeah, social workers are the same way. A lot of jobs, actually, the jobs that are in the public, you know, that are dealing with more things like that, teachers, social workers, librarians, those kind of things, they're usually at the bottom of the scale, and a lot of times require some of the highest education. But the jobs that actually are paying people nowadays, it seem to be healthcare jobs, like nurses and stuff. They can go to school for just 2 years and get a good job in healthcare and pay the bills easily.
There it is. All right, we got John calling from Indiana. John,
hello.
You got Logan. Hey, John, what's up, bud?
What's happening? Yeah, I was just talking. I wanted to talk about the debt in regards to debt and the getting the degrees. I'm a teacher at a local community college. It's a 2-year school, and I always tell my students, since it is a 2-year school, I always tell them, to get an associate's degree, you're qualified. To get a bachelor's degree, you're desirable. To get a master's degree, you're highly desirable. And a PhD, you're overqualified. And the reason I say that is because right now there's like a surplus of bachelor's degrees in the market right now. And there's a surplus of PhDs in the market. But there isn't a surplus of master's degrees. So I think it's worth racking up a little bit of debt, as long as you're going for the long haul, as long as you're going for the master's degree, because you could go ahead and get a master's degree, but more often than not, more likely, the person you're going to
6 years
whenever you apply is going to have a bachelor's degree also.
What is that? 6 years in college?
A couple points to that statement. You'd also include in talking to the students that the master's degree and all those degrees are great, but be very careful about what you pay for them. I'm not saying don't get a degree. I'm just saying watch out what it costs you. But in my experience in writing the book, master's degree people were not any more desirable. Actually, one guy is on the first page of the book. He talks about in there how he actually had to remove his master's degree from his resume to be, called back for some jobs that he was applying for. So I think the overall thing is just watch out where you're paying for these degrees. Yes, as many degrees as you can get is great, but if it costs you $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 like the last caller, I'd probably have to disagree with it then.
Let's go to line 6. Yo, what's up, man? Who's this?
Yo.
Go ahead. Who's this?
You talking to me?
Yeah. Your name's not up there. What's your name?
Oh, my bad. Greg. This is Greg from Hampton, yo.
Hey, Greg, go ahead, man. Talk to Logan.
Yeah, I just want to talk about my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to a HBCU or whatever. I majored in computer science. I spent maybe like $15,000. Of course, when I graduated, I got a job because, computers are popping right now. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't tell people not to go to school, though. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you go to school for. If you went to college, spent $20,000 on a fucking art degree, of course you're not going to get a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Or communications or music or some bullshit like that. Like, you got to major in some shit that's popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't. And a lot of people, they go back to school. You know what I'm saying? When they get their masters, like they good. I feel you on that shit. You said some people be overqualified, but a lot of times, I don't know, for black people that I be around, like that shit gets in the door because we gotta do a little bit more than, you know what I'm saying, the average person to get a job. But me, I don't know, I was good, you know what I'm saying, what I did, and I only spent like $15,000. I make 50, and I'm about to pay this shit off, so I'm straight.
What do you say to that, Logan?
Nah, I agree with him. He sounds like he understood what he was getting into the day he went to college. I think he's probably one of the small few. A lot of times we get wrapped up in pursue your dreams, do what you enjoy, you know, follow your heart. And like you said, a lot of these kids getting, you know, art degrees, you know, all these different political science degrees for $50,000, and yeah, they followed their heart, but good luck finding a job. So I think he's one of the few that actually went to college with a goal in mind, knew how much it was going to cost, knew how much he was going to make, and now he sounds like he's doing pretty good.
All right, we got Martin in New York City. Go ahead, Martin.
Yo, what up, Jude?
What's up,
What
man?
up, Sir? What up, Logan? Well, I'm going to use your line, Jude. I am a debt collector. You don't use that one, but I'm here to save your pockets, okay? I've been collecting, well, I don't do it anymore, but I work for the United States Department of Education for the past 13 years. And I got a high school diploma. I never went to college in my life. I make 50 myself, and with a high school diploma doing collections. Make a long story short, the reason why I'm calling is to let people know that with these student loans, you know, one, they can garnish your wages. Two, they can take your taxes. All right? But there's a way to save yourself from that harassment and that hassle. If you're in default with the student loan, if you pay them, let's say, $10 a month, they can't do shit to you. They might be able to take your taxes, but they cannot garnish your wages. And the whole point of the matter is, a lot of people, like I was telling, I think it was whatever, you know, people that get these student loans that's like 40 grand or whatever, and they get set up before they're in default, they get set up on payment arrangements. And sometimes they got to pay like $400 a month. Everybody knows It's hard as hell. It's hard as hell right now. As long as you pay them something, they will not garnish your wages. They can't garnish your wages because you're making a voluntary payment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a funny story. Actually, the funniest part of his story to me was that he didn't even go to college. He just went to high school. He's making 50 grand collecting from people that went to college and can't afford to pay the loans back. So, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about in the book, is exactly what he said. That's funny how that works out.
Hey, Logan, the book is called Debt U. It's by Logan Abrams. Logan, where can they find this book?
Yeah, they can search Debt U, just the letter U like university. It's available on Amazon.com and also debt-u.com. They can buy the book at both places.
That's DEBT. For those of you that
-U.
All right, Logan. Thank you so much for calling in, and I'm gonna read this motherfucker. All right, Pimpin'.